Many years ago, an idea emerged for managing your email inbox called Inbox Zero. TLDR, whenever a new email comes in, there are one of three possible actions you must take on it. You can respond to it, you can delete it, or you can snooze it with a reminder for later. The latter option is the least preferable option because the whole point is that you want to act on your emails ASAP so you don't get bogged down for days trying to catch up on them later. Personally, I couldn't really make sense of Inbox Zero. Most of the emails I get are promotional emails. They literally come from an email address that says no reply at somecompany.com. So it's not like I have to work through these emails and respond to them at some later point in time. They're just robots kind of doing their thing in the background. Besides, I kind of like having that 15% sale on a new Samsung TV just sitting around in my inbox. Who knows when I'll need a new TV? So I never bothered with Inbox Zero, and earlier this month I hit a record high of 50,000 unread emails. I think it's time for a paradigm shift. Even if you don't read most of your emails, when you skim through your inbox for more important messages, you still glimpse all the subject lines and the shining badges, and you subconsciously take a little bit longer. A productivity YouTuber might tell you those few extra seconds you take to check your email will add up over time. In the long run, you might end up wasting days checking your email. Personally, I don't really buy into that. I don't think those few extra seconds really matter. Because even if you save, let's say, 1 minute a day, that comes out to about 6 hours over the course of a year. All it takes is a single trip to the DMV, and you'll throw that time right back into the wastebasket. So shaving off a few extra seconds checking your email, it doesn't really matter. But what does matter is the time that you waste in your head when you get distracted by an unnecessary email subject. For example, you see an email from Hilton and you start thinking about your vacation. You see an email from Instagram and you start guessing at what comments you just got on your latest post. And before long, you're on Instagram. That's a whole nother rabbit hole. The amount of time you waste in that excited zone really does add up. And even after you finally decide to go back to doing whatever you were doing before, it's pretty hard to get back in the zone when you've just been planning your vacation in your head. Do yourself a favor and Marie Kondo your inbox. I'm going to share with you my approach for doing this using a combination of a service called Enroll.me and Gmail itself. First things first, as I said earlier, I kind of like having promotional emails, but I don't want to see their subjects lying around naked on top of my inbox in the middle of my day. Enroll.me is a tool that you can use to hide these emails from you and deliver them to you in a single email at the end of your day. You get to choose which emails you want to keep or roll up and which emails you want to unsubscribe from. I didn't even know I was subscribed to Macy.com. Like, why? Software is never perfect, and some emails still slip through the crack. I'm specifically talking about the update emails, like my Uber and Lyft receipts. These emails almost never warrant a response, and hence they're not important. Enroll.me can't seem to pick up on them, so to hide them from my inbox, I have to change my Gmail inbox into a priority inbox. A priority inbox only shows you emails that are both unread and important. You have to train Gmail to learn which emails are important and which emails are not. So I go through all the emails that slip through into my inbox, and I manually mark the ones that don't warrant a response as not important. Eventually, they stop showing up in my priority inbox. At this point, you might be wondering, what if you actually end up missing something important from those not important emails? So I want to re-emphasize that we're not deleting any emails here. They're just hidden away in drawers that you can search up at a later point in time. The purpose of this exercise is to stop them from showing up in my inbox in the middle of my day. Let me show you what my priority inbox looks like now. Effectively, the only emails that show up right now are emails that warrant a response. And because I'm such a giant loner, the only person I'm actively engaging with over email is my real estate agent. Most of the time when I refresh my inbox, nothing updates. And that's great. Most of the time there is literally nothing important that demands my attention. And I can focus my attention elsewhere on things I actually want to do. All those random emails that were coming through before, they're just creating the illusion of something important that I might be missing out on. When an email does come through these days, it's probably from my real estate agent, and I can give it my full undivided attention and craft a meaningful response. I don't have to feel the pressure of still having to skim through 20 other emails. Instead, I get to focus, and that's a win-win situation for both me and the person I'm engaging with over email. At the end of my day, Enroll.me will send me a digest email that contains all the other emails that I've received throughout the day. I usually check these during my downtime. So I didn't exactly remove these emails from my life, I simply changed up the order of operations. I batched them up so I can skim through them in bulk at a later point in my day. You might argue that I didn't actually save myself any time. But I did. I saved myself from getting distracted during the day. Could I have done this with sheer willpower instead and just flat out refused to check my email during the day? Possibly, but habits are much harder to change. Why make life harder for yourself when there are tools you can use. Besides, what if my real estate agent sends me a time-sensitive email in the middle of the day? I don't like to leave people on red. I also can't afford to get distracted by non-time sensitive emails all the time. My solution tries to solve both problems by giving focus to people who matter and batching up non-important information for consumption later. Now that I'm fully vaccinated, life is about to get a lot busier. It's not easy trying to manage a full-time job, a YouTube hobby, and all the other things that are about to slip into my life. So this month I will be doing a deep dive on productivity to help me transition into a life where I get to do everything that I want to do. If you enjoyed this video and want to follow me along on my journey, don't forget to give me a big thumbs up and smash that subscribe button. My name is Alan Z, Consumerist Monk, and I will see you next time.